Hello, friend. Welcome to my corner, in my own little corner, in my own little chair. I can be whatever I want to be. I am your girl, Shalom Unique, and we are going to dive right into the vibes today. Get comfortable, grab your water, grab your journal. We're going to be talking about something that has been keeping us stuck for too long. Distractions, yeah. I'm about to distract myself. Have you ever had a plan and a goal for the day that you had all the motivation to complete, and all of a sudden you have this urge to check your phone, or you get a phone call from a friend, or you want to take a little break, or you just gonna turn on the TV, or for me, you gonna play some music, and then you look up and hours have gone by and not a thing has been done, huh? Or maybe when you start making real progress in your healing, in your self-love, you are maintaining, being disciplined and being consistent, and then boom, an ex pop up. Some drama hits you. Huh? Somebody got something to say that's gonna shift your energy. The energy in the room shift. And now you scrambling. You don't know what you trying to figure out. That's not just coincidental. Okay? Those are all distractions. Trying to snatch you, trying to get you off your focus. It's not an accident that those things happen when you're making progress, when you're being consistent, when you're being disciplined, when you have decided to have change. So if you're ready to remove distractions and step into your full power, comment focus below and let's get into it. So first of all, distractions are not always obvious. I just want to start there. They're not always the easiest to find, and they show up in so many different ways. They can show up as getting rest. They can show up as giving yourself grace. They can show up as self-care. It can show up as even love. Anything that is pulling you away from your goal, your purpose, that's pulling you away from what actually matters is a distraction. It's a distraction. Oh, but he loves me. He can be a distraction. Oh, but my mama needs me. She can be a distraction. Oh, I'm tired. I did 10 push-ups this morning. I'm not going to finish my distraction. Don't let it fool you. Let's go over 5 common distractions that you might not even recognize as a distraction. So the number one biggest distraction, and I'm sure y'all already clocked that T, is your phone and social media. So many times I personally have picked up my phone to check the time and end up 45 minutes into a TikTok. Phones and social media are literally designed to be addictions, something that you can't let go of. So it's obvious that our phone and our social media can be just the biggest distraction ever. You will be 2 hours in scrolling on somebody's profile, down somebody's timeline, getting the tea, or even find yourself comparing yourself to somebody else, to strangers. Like, the distraction can really just snowball into something that's so much bigger than what it needs to be. But your phone and social media, I stand by it, are number one. It may not be your number one distraction, but it is a number one distraction. Another common distraction, so the second one is what I like to call busy work. So have you ever noticed that when you decide to do something, all of a sudden, everybody that you just called last week and they didn't answer are not calling you. They calling you back to back to back to back to back. All of a sudden, you need to wash the dishes. Now, all of a sudden, you've got the motivation to vacuum the floor. This is me. It becomes busy work. It's time to do something you said that you were going to do. Now, all of a sudden, all these things need to happen. Now, all of a sudden, you feel like organizing your whole closet. Those are distractions. All those things can wait, right? You need to get this specific thing done. And now all of a sudden you got to run an errand that can wait until tomorrow. Those are your mental distractions. Those are, busy work. Let me get busy on doing something else besides what I'm supposed to be doing. Another one, so this is the third one, that's common, but sometimes you can't really recognize it. People from your past. You ever notice when you really digging in deep and being disciplined and being consistent and healing and start moving different, all of a sudden an ex pop up? Nigga, where you been? Or all of a sudden a friend that you ain't talked to in a long time is popping up. Or somebody calling you to tell you about what homeboy or homegirl doing. Giving you the scoop, giving you the tea on somebody else. Those are distractions. That person is a distraction. The conversation is a distraction. It's not a coincidence. It's honestly a test. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Distraction number 4. Overthinking and perfectionism. Some of us distract our minds from our minds. We are the distraction. This brain can distract you from doing what you're supposed to do with ease. Find yourself sitting back and analyzing a plan, redoing a plan, thinking about the plan, thinking about how you're going to execute it, and there's no action. You are becoming your own distraction. Oh, I'm going to wait for the right moment. Oh, I don't have all the equipment to start my podcast. Oh, I want to make sure that it's sunny outside before I go for a jog or go for a walk. It becomes that over analytical part of you that is going to continue to find variables to stop you from doing what you are supposed to be doing. Oftentimes we think, oh, I'm just a perfectionist, when perfectionism is really fear with a fur coat. Okay, dressed up as productivity. That's how I look at perfectionism. Like, oh, I'm just a perfectionist. I need to be that's just fear. Dressed up as productivity. Fear done put a fur coat on. She done got a 30-inch bust down, mink lashes, and she went to go get her nails done. And now she coming back as productivity. 5th one that I've noticed, a common one, but you might not recognize it, is emotional distractions. This is when you are right there at that level up, and then all of a sudden something triggers you. Something that would normally get you fired up. You bought this this close to crashing out. Somebody say something slick. All of a sudden, you don't feel motivated to do anything. All of a sudden, somebody feel like arguing with you about something that don't matter. That is our old self pulling at us or tapping us on the shoulder to see, is we being somebody new today, or we going back to the streets. Our old ways can distract us from becoming and stepping into our power. And I don't even like to think of it as our new self, right? But stepping into the person that we were designed to be. Emotional distractions can do that. Now, this is a judgment-free area. So if any of those 5 sound familiar, let me know in the comment box below which one hits you the most. Because for me, it's between overthinking and perfectionism and busy work. Those are my top 2. So now that we've gotten at least the common distractions out the way, recognizing what the common distractions are, let's talk about when those distractions hit the hardest. 1, distractions hit the hardest when a breakthrough is coming. Have you ever noticed that right when your breakthrough is coming, things get chaotic? And honestly, we don't see it in that moment because we're not aware, but it's like that level up is right over that hump. And all of a sudden it's chaos. That is resistance. That is your old self, your old mindset, your old behaviors pulling at you to see if there is really growth, or if you're really about the life that you're saying that you want to live. If you really want to live the life that you are designed to live, or do you want to stay here and be stuck? Like your old self will keep you where you at, and it will send things to make sure that you stay there. Distractions show up when you're about to be consistent. Right when you decide, like you make that mental decision, sometimes even you say it out loud, this is what you're gonna do, distractions will start coming out of nowhere. Once you commit to a goal, whether it's working out, journaling, being a better person, being a steward over your money, distractions will hit you to clock your T. Distractions hit the hardest when you're also setting boundaries. Old triggers, old people, old things that got you hot will start coming back up to see where you at in life. They're literally there to pull you back to where you used to be. As soon as you start creating and setting boundaries, as soon as you start healing or deciding to heal, those old triggers, old people, those old emotions, and those old habits will be calling your name, screaming out, because they don't want to go. We been here. They be like, we been here. What's this new mindset? What's this new way of thinking? We don't know that person. We want to stay where we at. You're going to see distractions as soon as you decide to start healing, and as soon as you start creating boundaries. Distractions also hit the hardest when you're feeling lonely. Late at night, and when you're tired. I'm gonna actually cut them into 2. When you're tired and late at night, let's start there. The distractions will show up when you sleepy, because sometimes your body just want to rest. But it's a verse in the scripture that says something about don't be sleeping too much. Okay, don't quote me. Something about when God was fishing and people was in the sea. Find it for yourself. Find it for yourself. Find it for yourself. Not even like getting into just sleeping, but just late night when you tired and you didn't go to sleep. what are you doing? You usually binge watching something, you scrolling on your phone, you eating. Late night, when you tired, that's when your discipline is like the weakest. Because you feel like, oh, that's when you start kind of telling yourself, giving yourself grace. I'm tired, I'll do it in the morning. But you got all the energy to be on TikTok, and you got all the energy to watch Netflix. But you don't have the energy to do something that's going to be purposeful. It's a distraction. That's what it be. It be coming to kill, steal, and destroy, y'all. We gotta stay aware. We just have to. And then, lastly, when you're feeling lonely or uncertain of yourself, distraction love to creep in when you are in doubt of your abilities. Distractions slide right on in there because you're already feeling like you can't, or you've already wrote yourself off. So it's easy for something to swoop on in and take up that time. Because oftentimes what we're doing in the moments is now we're looking for comfort because we're lonely or we're uncertain, we're doubting ourselves. Now we're looking for people. We're looking for our hobbies. We're looking for those bad habits to comfort us. In actuality, they're not even serving you. They're just entertaining you and keeping you away from the thing that you are too scared to do, or the thing that you don't believe that you are capable of doing. Yeah, it's okay. I do it too. It's okay. Judgment free. So now that we got through all of that, let's talk solutions, because awareness is one thing, but actions is what's going to actually bring in the change. These are 5 tips that I use to overcome distractions and to stay focused on my purpose and my goals. Tip 1, set clear priorities. If you do not clearly define what is important, your distractions will define them for you. So every morning what I do is I wake up and I set 3 things that I need to focus on for today. I put it down in a to-do list, I put it in my phone, and I focus on just those 3 things. This needs to get done today. And I start my morning with that focus so that it's fresh on the brain and it's something that I can continue to cycle throughout the day to keep me, to keep that goal in the forefront of my brain. Tip 2 is to create boundaries with your time and your energy, y'all. So what I do is put my phone on. I just want to say, distractions be real, because even with shooting this video, I wanted to stop so many times. 1, it's a pigeon that be coming on my patio. Stay coming up there pooping, starting families. You know how many times he done showed up just shooting this video alone? 2, my phone keeps telling me I don't have any storage. When I go check, I have all the storage. But I'm gonna push through. Okay, so let's get back into it. Tip 2, creating boundaries with time and energy. So what I like to do is I like to put my phone on D&D when I know I need to get the things done. Okay? Sometimes I'll even turn my phone off until the things that I have done needs to be done. Now, I know everybody can't do that. Okay? I ain't nobody emergency contact, so I ain't worried about it. But do what you need to do. Put that phone on D&D. At the end of the day, nah, I don't want to hear no excuses. If your phone and social media is your number one distraction, you need to be putting your phone on D&D. Another thing that you can do for social media is set time limits on there. I know Instagram and Facebook has it for sure. You set a time limit. Let's say you only want to spend 2 hours of screen time. You set it on the socials. After them 2 hours, it's going to keep giving you a notice that it's time to get up off, or it's going to lock it, and you have to put in your password to get into your socials. So try that for sure. Another way is to start saying no to things that drain you. So I made a TikTok about this, like understanding what is draining you or pulling from your energy, pulling from your productivity, and pulling from your motivation. If you have things that are taking from that, you don't need to do them. You need to set a boundary and just leave that alone. Tip number 3 is what I like to call the 5-minute rule. So when I am being a procrastinator, I say, okay, let me get up. Let's say my goal is to work out. I say, okay, let me get up and work out for 5 minutes. Once that 5 minutes is over, more than likely, I want to say 9 times out of 10, you're just going to keep going. Or if I need to write a paper, let me work on this paper for 5 minutes. That 5 minutes comes and that 5 minute goes. You can add more 5, add another 5, add another 5, add another 5, and before you know it, you done. Tip number 4 is to recognize emotions and triggers and then redirect. So whenever you're feeling pulled from a distraction, take a moment and ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What am I scared of? And why am I allowing this distraction to keep me from my purpose? Take like 5 minutes max to either go into deep meditation about those questions or start to journal about what you're avoiding and why you're allowing this distraction to distract. See, it be distractions all over. It also, going back to the emotional, going back to tip 4, recognize emotional triggers and redirect. I like movement. So when I feel the energy, something triggered me, and the energy is kind of weird, I like to move. I like to really get up off of me. Yeah. Sometimes I do a little shoulder something to really get that feeling. I'm a dancer, so the way I handle emotion and triggers may be a little different, but it's so helpful just to move, any just simple movement, because that'll shift the energy. Number 5 is to move with discipline and not just motivation. Motivation fades and it changes day to day. Discipline comes when you decide that no matter what, this is what I'm going to do. So discipline is more so like, even on the days you don't feel like it, you know that this is what you need to do. I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like going to the gym today, but discipline is what is going to get me up and go to the gym. Motivation is not going to always be there. Discipline needs to be your homegirl, your best friend, your bestie, the one that you call on the most. Really focus on showing up for yourself. Like, that's what kind of gets me too. Like, I remind myself that it's me, girl. It's me and you. I got to show up for her before I show up for anybody else. I need to show up for me. Those are my 5 tips for overcoming distractions and staying focused. If any of those tips spoke to you, please comment below. Let me know which one you like the most, which one you're going to be using, which tip that you would tweak a little bit to kind of better fit your situation, just talk to me in the comments, y'all, because I love to chit chat. All right, so we just went into tips about how to stay focused, how to remove distractions. Let's go into affirmations to seal the deal. Yeah, so repeat after me. I am in control of my focus and my time. I am in control of my focus and my time. I am in control of my focus and my time. Distractions have no power over me. Distractions have no power over me. Distractions have no power over me. I move with purpose, not procrastination. I move with purpose, not procrastination. I move with purpose, not procrastination. I choose discipline over comfort. I choose discipline over comfort. I choose discipline over comfort. I am focused and I am unstoppable. I am focused and I am unstoppable. I am focused and I am unstoppable. Ooh. Now, those are your affirmations. Let me know which one hit the most. For me, I choose discipline over comfort. Hit home. Let's go into some journal prompts for the week just to get you into the flow of writing, yeah? So the journal prompt for this week will be, what distractions have been keeping me stuck and how can I remove them? So this week, I want you to, anytime you find a distraction, anytime you recognize a distraction, write the distraction down and then also write down what it was keeping you from and how it is keeping you stuck. That's going to help you get more aware of your distractions, and then it's also going to help you implement the tips that I just gave you, the affirmations that I've given you, and allow you to now take action on those distractions. Yeah? Friends, if this gave you any clarity, share this with a friend, share this with a woman in need, or even a man in need. And if you want more of this energy, y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, okay? Even if you don't do any of those things, I'm gonna be back next week anyway. But I love you so much, friend. You are so important. This week, stay focused, stay disciplined, and keep walking into your purpose and stepping forward with your best foot, okay? Make sure that foot is pedicured. Yeah? Okay. Have a good week, friend.